Welcome to Sacred Strange Tarot. This is a pick a card reading. And the topic for today is, well, it'll be in the title. You'll have clicked on it. I think it's going to be revolving around who are you who are you putting in authority over you, or something to that effect. This is about because we're the topic card that we're using today is veil, and the information, the advice in the book is beware of titles, and it's all about being, being the person who's in charge, being top of the food chain. Veil's often an epithet for Lucifer. This is Demon Tarot, by the way. This is the Demon Tarot. You can see that. If you can see, you'll have all the cards right there. You can read them, or they're in the description box below. Yeah, so who are you putting before you? Who are you making your God? I know we're not talking about God in the traditional sense of any traditional sense, okay? Little g or big G. We're talking about who are you putting on a pedestal in your life? Who are you putting in authority over you? Who are you listening to? And help and making, instead of listening to yourself. So that's the topic, okay? And I'll come up with a good title for it. All right. So you can choose between 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to show you what you have to choose from. For pile 1, deep dark thoughts. And pile 2, what do you do if you find lost beauty? What do you do if you find lost beauty? Is it yours to keep? And for pile 3, sometimes I feel like I'm all alone in the world and I'll never see or hear another human being again for the rest of my life. All right. And so those are your choices. I actually had other choices on here, in case you're interested, and it might help you pick, but it didn't feel right, so I didn't put it on there. But I had some pendants, and one was Thor's hammer, and this one was the Enterprise from Star Trek, and this one was the book from the anime Death Note. It was the Death Note book, but it was also a clock. Anyway, I chose not to put them on there, but if they help you make your decision, that's what they was there originally. I felt really called to put these. These are comic book snippets for Bibilomancy, which I'm really fond of darker comic books. If you want to recommend me any good dark comic books that I can take snippets from and add to the whole divination experience, let me know in the comment section below. That'd be really cool. Dark comic books, gothic, morbid, etc. I'm always looking for more. Okay, so we're gonna get started right now, and we're gonna start with pile 1. Okay, pile 1. This is your reading. If you chose deep dark thoughts, and the top says record my own weekly show called Deep Dark Thoughts, and there's the number 13. She has a cowboy hat on, and it says live on air. Okay, so it's for you. We also have for your oracle card, fairy magic. Respectfully work with fairies and elementals to achieve your goals. There's that nice spiral, which could be taken as a labyrinth. Nice. Or a fairy circle, which is probably what it's supposed to be. So we have the Sun reversed, 3 of Wands reversed, and 10 of Pentacles reversed. Everything's reversed for you today. And I've been studying reversals a lot lately. So we are going to read reversals, and I'm not going to say, sometimes people say, oh, if you have too many reversals in your deck, you should write them all up. But I've been doing extensive research on reversals. There's many different ways to read them. And I'm positive that you need them for this one. You have the 10 of Pentacles reversed. There's another reversal. Isn't that crazy? You actually have one more reversal. So you have the Queen of Swords reversed, and you have the Queen of Hearts upright. Okay, those are your cards. All right. I'm gonna see if I don't have enough room on here. And I don't think you can see it, but there are 3 candles lit for each pile. So they're nice black candles. And I tried to record this last night. It was just too dark. Even with all the light that I had, even with all the candles and the lamps and the little LED lights on this altar, there's just not enough to record at night. We have to record literally afternoon. Yeah, you're having some problems. With happiness. I see that. Let's read these first. Sun reversed. Well, I mean, sometimes the sun reversed is just like a little bit dimmer of the sun energy, but dude, deep dark thoughts and the rest of your reading, I'm feeling like you're having a really hard time harnessing all the energies, you know, earth, air, fire, water. I feel like you're having a really hard time harnessing all the energies, maybe even going so far as to harnessing all of everything in existence that helps create the life you want to lead, achievement, happiness, reward. I feel like maybe you harness one and then the rest kind of slip out of your hands, or you harness 2 and the rest are just, you know, oh, you drop 2. You never can pick them all up at the same time. You never have a handle on all your skills all at the same time. Even if you acquire something, then you end up having to let it go because you just don't have enough hands. So today I'm reading the sun differently than I normally would. Yeah, we're reading the sun kind of negative today. Like, I feel like you've lost hope, but not completely. It's just, I feel like you're in this state of apathy. Yeah, you're a little apathetic. You're like, I could have some hope. I probably do somewhere in there. Somewhere in there being meaning your psyche. I probably have some hope in there somewhere. So, since it's reversed, we're going to look at this reversed. There is, oh my goodness, these are so terrible. Wow. I don't know if Libra or Leo means anything to you. Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah. I feel like this is very similar to the wheel. And some things are up and some things are down. So look really closely. Look for your sign. Look for whatever. Look at the sign. I often have a zodiac clock, and they represent, and the zodiac represents hours. So the hour of something, the hour of something. Like it's the hour of, I'm not sure what the hour is right now. It's usually on this phone, but this phone is brand new. Yeah, so like try to avoid those hours maybe. Don't try to get things done in the hours that are down. And look closely into things from a perspective of, like, Libra's really, really fair. They like things to be in balance. They like to have that optimism, and they want to balance it out with some intellect. And Leos are all passion. So just try to take some of that energy and use it if you need it. Cause I feel like you're just trying to take on too much. I feel like you're trying to take on too much. You have too much going on. So every time you try to pick up something else, you're dropping the ball. And so you see how this is reversed. All that root energy, which should be coming from the earth and helping to support you and be your foundation, is up in the ether. It's in the astral plane. It's in the esoteric. It's in heavens, whatever, what you want to call it, whatever you think of it as. It's in your imagination. It could be in your imagination. You could just have thoughts and ideas and be thinking about things. How many swords do you have in here? One sword. One sword. We'll get to it. We'll come back. Just be aware that right now, actually, your sword is reversed. This is a Queen of Swords reversed. We're gonna look at that, but just think about what your foundation is, and what you're rooted in, and what's the source of your happiness, and is the source of your happiness an actual practical thing that you can put your hands on and you can safely rely on? Because trust sometimes is about feeling things and knowing that that's there. Sometimes trust is not about safety. If you have a hard time trusting things, trusting the universe, trusting yourself, trusting other people, sometimes you need physical, solid, trustworthy, foundational things in your life. Sometimes you really need to just get your hands on things. I feel like maybe you're purging. You're getting rid of some stuff. So this is like going off somewhere. You know, having people, having some support, but it's reversed. So I feel like instead of having those things that you need, you're just purging shit that you don't need. So some of this stuff isn't yours to begin with. Because it's in the ether, it's not physically manifested yet, it's not yours. You don't get to have it. You think you have it because it looks like you have it, but you don't. So it's time to start. If you haven't started purging, maybe the universe is purging for you. Sometimes purging process cannot be fun. Sometimes it's like vomiting, and that's painful. It says virtue. Upright. You see that? Virtue. Reversed. Maybe you don't have good intentions, or someone doesn't have good intentions towards you. Maybe these things don't have your best intentions in mind. They don't have good intentions towards your foundational happiness. Beware. I think really, really strongly feeling the message beware blind optimism, because it came up twice in both the Sun card and the Three of Wands. So, and also, that's this. Sometimes we put people on a pedestal. We trust in them too much. We make someone our Lord, our Master, our God. And that's what the Luciferian satanic energy is. So, euphemism for Lucifer. We're gonna pretend that's there. It's not a card pulled or anything, but just think about it. It's about becoming your own God. It's about taking things on for yourself as being your own responsibility. Okay, don't put another God outside of you. Don't look outside of yourself as a source, for source, because you are your own source. Okay? Deep, dark thoughts, indeed. Yeah, I feel like you're feeling very, very contracted. Maybe not physically, maybe physically a little bit. Maybe you're feeling a little trapped in your situation, but I feel like it's an internal thing. Maybe fear or worry, anxiety is eating at you a little bit. And remember, I don't know if you remember, I've said it before, but so typically, most of us here in the Western world think left to right. So we end up going left to right. We end up going this way. This is the future. This is the past. I feel like you're going the wrong direction. Or you were going in the wrong direction, or you're looking in the wrong direction. Yeah, I feel like you're looking in the wrong direction. What you're looking at is not going to give you happiness. It's not going to give you happiness. Yeah, right here. See? People are not helping you. You have 2 3s right here, so that's 33. People are not helping you. People don't want you to succeed. Things aren't working very well. Something's not going to happen. You're trying to accomplish something. If you keep trying the way you're trying right now, it's not going to happen. I feel like maybe this is business related. For a very small handful of you, this is business related, and it's not going to go the way you want. Maybe it was false venture. Your prospects were you had a false vision. Someone sold you a tall tale, something like that. So people were literally lying and pretending the future that they illustrated was going to happen, but it wasn't. So, this is time for you to do your own work right now. If you want happiness, you're going to have to do it by yourself. So you're going to have to give up all these things, these foundations you thought were there. Remember I said sometimes it feels like you can't have everything, so you're trying to hold on to you try to pick up more things, and then you end up dropping the other ones that you're holding. So maybe it's time to just put 3 things down. So you have 3, and I'm feeling very strongly that you can hold 2, but you can't hold 2, or you can hold 1, but you can't hold 3. So just put down a few things. Maybe you have 3 things that you're not putting all your effort into. 3 things, 3 different baskets, and maybe it's time to focus on the basket that's working. So if something's working, go with that. Maybe don't be too adventurous this time. Take the higher road. If this is a situation regarding interpersonal relationships, and this is a person that you're putting before you, that you're putting in authority over you, I feel like you really need to pull back your energy. Okay? Definitely need to pull back your energy. If this is because I feel really, really strongly that this is a situation with multiple people, but it's dominated by the energy of having maybe instead of a person being the god that we're worried about, maybe instead of a person being that god that you're the thing you're making, maybe it's a thing or an idea or a bias, a belief system. You could be too wrapped up in some type of dogma, and you're making that your god, like a political party or a religion or a cult type thing, or you're just too lost in something simple as the law of attraction or positive thinking. Just be aware of putting too much of your energy into one basket. So yeah, so we can switch. We were talking about other people, and now we're talking about you. Beware of putting too much of your energy into this. So we create our gods. You're creating whoever this is. If this is an actual person and you're saying, "Oh my God, I love you so much. You're so amazing. I worship you. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna do everything you say." You're putting all that energy into this one person. But if it's like a belief, you're putting all your energy into a belief that that's definitely not gonna serve you right now, if ever. All right. And I feel very strongly this 10. 10 is usually the number, we talk about 10s being completion. It can also be burden and stress. And it's reversed. And this one says jailbirds. I feel like this is like this. So you have the sun. The sun usually means, happiness. It's the best card in the whole deck. And a lot of people read it as, oh my gosh, it's happiness. Even typically when I see it, I'm just happy. Even when it's reversed, you're going to have a little bit of happiness, right? But today, I feel really strongly it's a huge caution sign. Just like this. This is usually, oh my gosh, it's 10 of Pentacles completion. We're going to get somewhere with money. Reversed. But because with this deck, it's jailbirds. So negative association with the illustration. Reversed. Goodness, everybody looks so mad. Some people have a black eye. So maybe you won't go to jail, but you'll be really close. So if this is a business venture, be very, 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 very cautious who you trust. Okay? Be cautious who you trust. Love relationship, be cautious is putting your trust in this person. Maybe this person is doing everything right. Maybe they're actually really charismatic and they're really cool and you really like them. But maybe because they're so fucking charismatic and they're running around being all flighty, so too busy for you, they cannot give you a security foundation. This situation, this belief, this situation can't give you the foundation that you're looking for. If this is a belief system, if this is you and your mind just running yourself ragged, I Maybe this belief needs to be looked at. Maybe you need to set it aside. Beliefs are something really simple. I mean, people are really attached to their beliefs, and it's a very, very a sign of a strong character to have really strong beliefs. But sometimes, and for me, I'm always questioning my beliefs and saying, is this still serving me? Maybe I should just not believe it anymore. And I like to explore other belief systems and paradigms. We have the Queen of Swords reversed. Maybe you're feeling like um, like you have no vision, like you can't manifest what you want because the vision somehow is tainted. So typically, typically, if it was upright, I would say that you definitely have the ability to envision what you want and go there. But I feel very strongly that, nah, your vision somehow is wrong, or um, you were sold the wrong thing. You have the Queen of Hearts upright. Maybe you're being too emotional. Yeah, I think it's possible that you're being too negative emotionally. Like we said, you were feeling apathetic. Yeah, self critical, perfectionist. Okay, so we're talking about a person, right? If we are in your situation, if this is a person, maybe they're lying. Maybe they're being deceitful. Maybe this is a person in authority who's being verbally abusive, or you're letting them behave this way. Because if you look in like mythology, like Greek mythology, all the gods, they were very, very much like humans. They um they were fallible and they had flaws and lots of incest was going on. So they weren't perfect. All right, and the mindset with that, allowing the gods to look like humans, was that you have an archetypal energy presiding over something, right? But it's always going to be yin and yang too. So you're going to have the best of it, and you're going to have the worst of it. Okay? So some person isn't always going to be perfect. A situation isn't always going to be perfect. A belief system isn't always going to be perfect. You aren't always going to be perfect. Okay? There's going to be some negative aspect of everything. That's what it is. That's life. That's duality. That's the product of living in duality. Having rejected anything. If anything is rejected, it automatically still is part of what you are. You're saying, "Oh, this isn't a part of me anymore. I don't believe in this anymore. It's not mine." It still is. It's just now in your shadow. So maybe this is a woman, someone who isn't there for you or isn't there. That goes back to this. People aren't helping you out. People aren't doing the work. You're having to do it all by yourself. You see him on this ladder by himself? He looks like he's doing it all by himself. Okay, so we're looking at this reversed. He looks precariously placed, even if he is upside down, so his foundation is in the ether. He's trying to do all this work in the physical, but he's not well grounded. And apparently whoever's supposed to be helping him, whether it's like guides or actual people, they're busy discussing among themselves. Maybe they're discussing how to get it done, and they've forgotten he's still doing the work. You do have the pentagram upright. Because it's reversed, you have the pentagram upright. So you have earth, air, fire, water, spirits in the right direction. So I feel like your heart is into it. Their heart is not. Your heart is into it, but your mind knows what's going on. You're also being pessimistic towards yourself. Yeah. Yeah, heart, not head. Yeah. Okay. Fair magic. So I feel like maybe you should turn towards more esoteric things for help. Don't seek help in another person or in another situation or in the situation that you're in. I feel like you should be seeking help from your intuition, from whoever you talk to that's non-corporeal, whether it's like, oh, you talk to yourself, or you talk to a demon, or you talk to a fairy, or you talk to a god, or whatever. Beware of actual gods who are not criticizing, sorry, it's the wrong word. They're not good, okay? This is like a physical person or a physical situation or a physical beliefs aren't physical, but you know what I'm talking about. A tangible thing. But it's look at him. He looks kind of like, from afar, he's a king. And you see the crown and the face, and he's got a cat and a frog. Up close, and ooh, spider legs. Up close, he looks really tired. So maybe up close, people aren't actually what they seem. You know how it's always the whole thing called don't meet your heroes, you know? Because my mom always told me a story about how she met some, I'm not going to mention it on the YouTube, because that's not very nice, but well, my mom was kind of paranoid. But she met some celebrity and he was rude to her, and she was very upset for the rest of her, well, probably still is, and she was really upset because she met her hero and he fell flat. He wasn't who he was on television. I actually disagree with her opinion. I feel like people, especially celebrities, are allowed their bad days. So if they're rude or whatever, they're rude. That was a moment in time. I'm rude sometimes. It doesn't mean I'm always rude. But it just goes to show, don't expect what you see all the time, or what you see in the public face, to be who they really are. Sometimes when we get to know someone, they're actually broken or weak or fragile or emotionally unstable. Sometimes the negative side is actually too much for us to actually take. I said actually twice in one sentence. I feel like we could make this a long reading, and I could do a special reading for you today. This is, I do Geomancy and charms together. So. Oh. Okay, this person that we're talking about, that you're making really, really big in your mind. It could be not a person. It could be a situation for you, or a belief system you're in, like a paradigm. Remember, I've mentioned that several times. Well, it's healing for you. Whatever you're doing, even if the situation looks negative, it's teaching you things. They could be painful lessons. Teaching you how to stand up for yourself. How to say no. Definitely teaching you about creating a good life for yourself, good foundation. So the Sun card is really accurate. I know it's very negative in this reading, but it's actually there to help you. Okay? It wants you to be happy. And if you look at this reading looks like it's kind of reversed. Usually, like I said, we usually read from left to right, but today it looks like the reading is going from right to left. So this should be the end. This should be the end. This should be all the way reversed around. Oh my goodness. I feel like that, this rolled over here. I feel like that's, and it's almost like it was reiterating what I was saying. Yeah, I feel like it should be reversed. Everything came up reversed. Everything's cattywampus. Wow, I don't know what's going on, but something's going on topsy-turvy in your life. You're working really hard. You're really committed. Oh my goodness. You're really committed to something. You're also committed to negativity. I know maybe you may not be consciously aware of it, but you're committed to being negative on some level. Even if it's negative thinking. You want to think negatively. You want to believe something's not true, probably because it's your intuition talking. It's not true. Yeah, there's a situation with someone, a union, doesn't have to mean a relationship, okay? There's a connection that you are connected to something, together with something, you know, entwined like that, and it's not true. Your intuition is screaming it. All right? You have, wow. You have, wow. Okay, so there's some earth energy helping you out, and some crown chakra energy is helping you out. And it's both trying to tell you something that you're not listening to. You're really not getting the message. It's because you're so focused on this situation. This is chaotic. Whoever this is, whatever this is, chaos. They're trying, or it's trying, or you're trying to see it as good, worthwhile. What does this one say? What does this one say? Yeah, you're definitely trying to see this person as your you're definitely trying to see this person as your reason for being, or your answer to the solution to whatever you have going on. You're definitely trying to see this situation as and I feel like if this is a situation, that's not a bad place to be when starting a new venture or working on a project. It's not a bad place to be so positive. It's putting your trust in another person. So if another person's selling this venture, yeah, this is not good for you. Okay? Yeah. This person looks like fairy tale happiness. They look really good. Or you want them to look really good. Maybe you've... So, yes. Okay. So, when we take someone and we put them on a pedestal, when we make a god, when we have a master, most of us don't understand that the choice to make someone else an authority over us does not negate the fact that we have that authority to begin with and we continue to retain it. So what you're doing is you're projecting all your good qualities onto this person. Also probably some negative qualities. Instead of owning them for yourself and staying sovereign with yourself. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have someone in authority over you. It's not a bad thing to be a follower. It's not a bad thing to be submissive. Okay? If you continue to be aware that all this is you, it's all yours, you're not giving it away, you have to see someone fairly. It has to be a balance. And it's not saying, oh, it has to be a balanced relationship, equal give and take. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a balance within you. You have to know who you are. So you've put so much of you into this person. I see that really strongly. You've put you here and here, so hope and some illusion and some of your shadows are in this person, so you're projecting a little bit. Some of your creativity is in this venture or this person, or you're giving them your creativity, so you're saying, oh, this person's so creative, oh my god, I love it so much, but actually you are loving your creativity in yourself, your own skills, your own passion, your own drive. It's in them, but it's in you. And you're saying, oh my god, it's only in them. I want to be like them. If this is a belief system, I feel like you're making this your philosophy. And listen to the phrase, your philosophy. It's your philosophy. So it's your stuff. And you're making it. And this is the way our human brains work. We like to categorize things. We like to put things in boxes. This is my philosophy. This is what I believe in. And it's a good thing to define. But it's still yours. It's still your integrity. It's still your honor. It's still your heart. It's still where you stand and where you come from and where you're rooted. Say, I really believe in being honest. Actually, I really believe in being honest. I'm honest all the time. And I strive really hard to be as honest with myself and others as I possibly can be. So, it's still mine. It becomes an external thing. When I say this is my philosophy, I believe in this belief that says being honest is the be-all, end-all of everything. But it still comes from me. I really feel strongly in my heart that I need to exude this energy out into the world to be the best person, the most version of myself that I can be. So, own what's yours. Don't give it away. You can be committed to you. See, right now you're really committed to the work. You're working really hard on something. But look at this. This is yours too. So I read this as work. And then the ring is commitment. And we go over here and we have this little bunny. He's a skeleton, so he's dead. So he's got that wonderful dead energy, spirit energy, etheric energy, spirit guides. I read him as abundance. Okay, and he's sitting here with a ring. So I feel like you just put your ability to create abundance into the situation. Your ability to into this person, it's theirs now. Now you can't regain it. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, I can't create all this wonderful beauty and harmony and serenity and abundance. Oh my goodness, and manifestations. Actually, I don't say manifestations so much. I can't create true love. I can't create healing. All of this stuff, you gave it away. Very, very clear. Very, very clear on what you did. Stuff you can't see. You're wise to a few things. Some things you're really in the dark about. This person, you gave them the ability to see everything. You didn't give anything to yourself. See? You have nothing you could see with. You gave it all away. Let's see what's in here. Oh. You gave them some death energy. So they have the ability to kill it. Oh my gosh, you gave them you. You gave them wisdom. You gave up your wisdom. If it's a situation, you gave up the wisdom that you naturally would have in your natural suspicions. But you gave them you. I always read this as you. Whoever the querent is. Beautiful. Yeah, you gave them you. Maybe you gave them your heart. You gave the situation your heart. Don't forget, everything is you. Okay? Don't forget, everything is you. That is all I have for you today, Pile 1. I don't know how long this reading is, but I hope you really enjoyed it. Please comment, like, subscribe if you feel so inclined, and I really hope you do with that information what you will. Use it, don't use it. It's yours. It's yours to decide. Alright, if you guys need to skip ahead, because right now I have, and I'm not turning off the camera because I don't know how to turn it back on again. But I need to clear this board for the next person. So, if you want to skip ahead to pile 2, it'll be in the timestamp. Or maybe I'll edit this out. I don't even know. Ooh, see? That's what happens when I rush. All right. Oh my goodness. All right, pile 2. If you're just tuning in, welcome. If you've been here, thank you for your patience. All right. If you chose, what do you find lost? What do you do if you find lost beauty? Let's see if I can get that to focus. Because it's focusing. I can focus on it. What do you do if you find lost beauty? Is it yours to keep? One of my favorite comic books. Alright. You have an ace. The Ace of Swords reversed. King of Cups. 9 of Wands. You have the 4 of Cups reversed. You have 6 of Pentacles reversed. And 10 of Wands reversed. You have insight. Open the third eye to strengthen intuition. So, whoever this is, so the topic is, we're working with the topic. What are you making your God? Who or what are you making your God? Instead of yourself. Meaning you're taking your own authority away and you're giving it to someone else or something else and making it 1,000 times taller than you. It's more great. Meaning you are depleted and lowly. I feel like you're trusting someone too much. Someone or something. Someone. For you, I feel like the last pile was like it could be both someone or something, like a situation, or it could be like a mindset. For you, I feel like it's a person. You're trusting someone too much. Ooh, remember that a fool and their money may soon be parted. Goodness. Goodness. That's really heavy. There are some illusions that you're believing in. Very similar to pile one. Okay, so remember if you're gambling and you're gambling and you finally hit a winning streak? And then, oh my gosh, I'm winning and I'm winning again and I'm winning again. And then you do it one too many times and you lose everything. That's what this feels like. Or maybe a really tiny, minute version of this, like an echo of that situation. This is like an echo of that situation. So your situation or your person is an echo of that gambling rush and then fall. So be wary of that. If you're winning, stop playing, okay? And I'm not talking about in certain situations, just talking about in gambling situations. If this is a life or love situation and you've already tempered it with you vetted it, if you've sat there and said, "Oh, I know what this is," and you've tested it, and it's true, that's something you can give your all to. But I feel like this thing hasn't been tested. This person hasn't proven themselves trustworthy. I'm really feeling really strongly about foundation again. Last pile had foundation be really strong too. So you had maybe you fell really hard for someone who's wildly inappropriate for you. Or if you're trying to change careers, you need to be more practical and realistic instead of going off on some tangent. I feel like in a certain situation this might actually work. I feel like maybe right now the energies are wrong, your energy or the energy of the circumstance. I actually felt strongly to pull this deck. I don't know if I'm gonna pull this deck again for anybody else. Oh my goodness. Four of Pentacles. Oh, yeah, it's upright. Yeah, I feel like this situation could be really good in some situation. Right now, I feel like your energy is so wrong for it. So this is a good situation, a good person in the right circumstance. In the wrong circumstance, it's gonna be disillusioning. You're gonna be really disappointed. It's not going to create what you want. It's the wrong idea. You have the wrong idea about this person, about this situation, about, oh, no, about the vision you have of the future. You have the wrong vision, the wrong idea. It's wrong. Something is wrong in your thinking. Because this person has all the right things. They have all the right things. They have it all. It's right there. If you could harvest it, it would be good. I feel like this is a deja vu situation. Like the universe has a lesson for you, and you've been here before, in the same situation with another same situation or person that was really good in the right circumstance, but just wasn't good at the present time. So I feel like really strongly this is deja vu for you. Lesson you need to learn about choosing your timing wisely. It can be really, really hard to wait. And right now you're feeling really depleted. You're exhausted. You've been trying to grasp your power and rule your life. You've been trying to reclaim your energy back from this. Right now, you're too emotional. You're feeling very anxious. You're giving them too much power. You're giving the situation too much power. In this situation, you're saying, you're making the situation your God. You're saying, maybe you're being too much, like, not too trusting of the universe, but you know how we say, oh, if the universe brings me this, or if the universe says this, or if the universe gives me this sign, I'm going to go do this. Then it's a sign to go forward. Oh my goodness, it's so amazing. This person is amazing. Oh, the situation's wonderful. Oh, I just saw a feather. But, yeah, no. That's no. You need to take back your power. You need to start making some decisions. That's your problem. Right now, you're not making any decisions. That's the problem. You aren't making decisions. If you begin to making decisions, you need to embody some of this energy, because you've put all this energy, you've put this King of Cups on a pedestal. You've said, you're my authority. You have everything that I need. You're my foundation. You're home, or you're it for me. Or I'm going to belong with you in this situation, in this... Yeah. But that could be your wishful longing. Not just wishful thinking, but that could be you wanting something so much you try to make it happen, when it might naturally happen. Maybe not with that person, maybe not in this situation, maybe not right now, but it will happen. But you have to show up sovereign in your energy. Make decisions. You can go through the day right now, starting right now, and make little tiny decisions. Be very decisive, because any decision you make isn't wrong. If you make a decision and it turns out badly, then you end up learning something from that bad experience. So in the essence, it was a good decision. So make some decisions. Just start deciding. That's what authority people do. People in charge, they just start making decisions, even if it's wrong. So decide what you're going to have for dinner right now, and then do it. Decide what you're going to wear and then do it. Make little tiny small decisions, and you'll get put in the practice of making decisions, and you'll be more comfortable with being an authority. Being your own authority. Being your own master. So it really takes courage, you know. It really takes a lot of courage. Yeah, I feel like you're blocked off from yourself. Okay? You are blocked off from, or you're blocking yourself off. I'm going to say it like that. You're blocking yourself off. It's really hard to be your own master. To have a responsibility. To have self-discipline. I feel like this is a test for you. The universe is testing you right now. It's saying, you had a really good idea. You had one, but you got it wrong somehow. I gave you what you needed. I gave you what you wanted. It was right there. You had it. But then you reversed it. That's what the universe is saying. Okay? So life gave you the right situation, the right person, but you turned it wrong with your thinking? I wonder why you did that. Well, look at that. There was some stuff that you just didn't want to, you didn't want to let go of. There was some stuff you didn't want to let go of. Because if you look at this, it says, butterfly. Why is this not focusing? Come on, focus. Butterflies played in her hair. However, it's reversed. So, it could have. You were afraid of something disappointing you, and your fear got in the way. Maybe you didn't have enough motivation. Maybe you wanted them to do all the work. Yeah. That's really important. I think you should pay attention to that. You have two reversals again. So you have the reversed, and then you have these reversed. And you have that one reversed. So 4 reversals. Kind of mimicking that. I feel like you were doing this to yourself. Right here. Yeah, I feel very strongly you were doing this to yourself. Um, and you should be giving yourself what you want. You should be giving yourself these things, providing for yourself, and instead you wanted someone else to provide for you and they couldn't. Maybe this happened in the past. Yeah, I feel like this could have happened in the past. So, reiteration of a life lesson. Maybe this happened once. Now you don't know what to do. You were giving to the wrong people, to the wrong person, to the wrong situation. You were in the wrong situation. It just didn't fit. Maybe you didn't listen to your gut. And your gut was saying, no, no. And maybe you had like stomach aches and you just felt really fearful and anxious. Fearful and anxious, we work so hard to get over it in our lives so we can continue to be productive members of society. But sometimes you're fearful and anxious for a reason. Maybe you should listen to that. I know whenever I don't listen to my gut, my dis-ease in a certain situation, that's when it turns out really, really bad. Maybe you're in a relationship where someone didn't give equally to you. You were giving too much. This is, you need to start investing in the right people in the right situations. Maybe this person isn't this person. Look at that. The clarifying card. He's got her heart on a pitchfork. That's so sad. It's quite the clarification, isn't that? She looks really happy. He's being very charming. You see those hooves and that furry, furry hide? Looks like very reminiscent of Pan seducing her. And she's got green on. She looks like a nymph. So, yeah, I'm reading this as this person isn't this person. You could have this. Maybe this is an ideation. Maybe this is an idea. Maybe this is what you want. See your emotions? You want this. But that's not this. You need to be more careful about who you give yourself to. Ten of Wands. Goodness. Tens today are being very depressing. I feel like you're doing way too much work trying to make this work. We're doing a long one today, so we're going to clarify this with a Geomancy charm reading. You feel like you need a lot of clarification on this person. It's not, nothing else wants to come out. Okay. That's alright. Okay, so there is some sight, some perspective. Like, think of narrators. There's a higher perspective that you could tap into if you want to. I feel like you're trying to get away from something. It's not maybe It's maybe like simultaneously you want to go towards something and get away from something, because we've got little moons and bats running everywhere, flying everywhere. Yeah, you really want a friend, but the friend you've chosen is not being integral. Integrity. I'm feeling the word inter a lot. If that means something to you. Integer. I don't know why I'm getting all those words. Okay. Anyway, this person. No. I'm gonna quit that. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, I feel like you need to. What have you been eating lately? Have you been eating a lot of junk food? Or just not eating? Have you been put off your food by this situation? Have you been really anxious? Maybe you haven't been taking very good care of yourself. Maybe you've been not giving yourself enough hope. So, negative thinking. Oh. Yeah. You're letting your fears run amok. But you're really devoted to... You're really devoted to your spiritual path. If you have one. If not your spiritual path, we could just say you're really devoted to yourself. You're devoted to making something work. Oh, yeah. This is different from pile 1. You're really devoted to making something work. You're devoted towards healing. You're devoted towards this abundance that you're chasing after. This happiness. This happy ending. Happy state. This happy state. You want to be in a happy state. You just don't know how. You don't know how. You don't know how to get to this happy state. You're having a really hard time holding on to someone, something, holding on. You're having a hard time to embrace. You can't embrace anyone. You can't embrace the situation. You feel like this situation is so... You feel like what you want is so etheric, ephemeral, mystical, fantasy. Like a unicorn. It's just... What does this one say? Oh. Okay, so... Maybe you feel like you need to make a deal with the devil in order to get what you want. Yeah, I feel really strongly that you feel your happiness is incumbent on doing something that you don't want to do. You have to make a contract you don't want to make. You have to make a deal with the devil. You have to give up something so valuable to you, you can't give it up. It's you. In order to have this thing. So it could be something simple as, oh, I want to be in a relationship, I want to have true love, but I'm afraid of commitment because I'm going to lose my freedom and I'm not going to be myself and I'm going to be immersed in another person and whatever. Lose myself. It could be something simple and trite as that. I'm not saying that that is trite. I'm just saying that's a very common cliched trope in, like, stories. Or in people. Or in relationships. Commitment issues. Trust me, I'm talking about myself, okay? I'm not talking about everyone. I am talking about everyone. But it could be something as more complicated as a deal with the devil. I have to give up. I'm really feeling strongly the whole Little Mermaid story. Okay? In order to get true love, what she wanted, what she thought was a good her dream come true, she had to give up her voice. And she went into it doing that. Her voice, she sang a lot. It was integral to her. There's that word integral again. Yeah. This, I don't know if you know. This is Terror Panda. Okay? He's your friend. But he's upside down. Meaning, I feel like he's being slightly dishonest, untrue. You want him to be your friend, he's not. He's looking at you with only one eye. Maybe he's not being very trustful. Goodness. Oh. You're not listening to, the positive negative, okay? The positive darkness. So we have a lot of negative talk, a lot of shadow talk. We have lots of stuff in our psyche that's, oh, it's so negative. Oh my goodness, let's not listen to the negative thinking. And maybe it's cautioning you. Maybe it's positive negative talk. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So it's like, this is not for you. Don't do this. This person is being weird. This situation looks untrustworthy. This doesn't look okay. So those are negative words, but they're true. And you're not listening to them because you want so desperately for something to happen. You're over here. You're over here. This is all you. You're a really positive person. But everything's kind of against you in this situation, in your love life, in creating and manifesting union with yourself, the two sides of yourself, because that's all a relationship is. You get into another relationship with another person and they're just mirroring yourself back at you. So it's always a relationship with yourself. But you're lost on one side. Maybe you're lost too much in your creative, fantastical mindset. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy and optimistic. I'm so into this. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. You're being too romantic. Too trustworthy of another person because you feel so much in love with romance or in love with the romantic idea. So romance doesn't have to mean an actual romance with in-love relationship type thing. It can mean romanticizing the situation. Oh my gosh, this would be such a good story if this happened, if this came true. Oh, I think we have, what do we have here? Yep. Remember I was talking about you balancing yourself? That's hidden, meaning you're not. Meaning you can't, or you're not seeing it, you're not even trying. You're really focused on the end goal. The end goal is a beautiful situation. A beautiful happiness, a beautiful union. But you're not focusing right now on the particulars. Okay, that's enough. I've talked enough about this situation. There's really not much more else I can say. Thank you, Pile 2, for joining me. I hope this reading helped you. I hope it gave you some insight. Do with that information. Insight. Did you? Insight. And then you had the, hold on, sorry. Just be aware. There's that eye presiding and the insight. So you do have the ability to tap into insight and see the situation for what it is. Don't forget that. Don't let yourself get too lost in idealism and fantasy. All right, if you are here, pile 3, or you're leaving pile 2, I have to change this, and you're allowed to skip ahead because I want to do this reading for the next person. And if I cut this out, if I can figure out how to edit enough to cut this out, then I will. But if not, then just skip ahead to the timestamp. Okay. All right. Okay. Pile 3. This is your reading. We still have one candle going for you. I just put out 2 because we finished 2 readings. I don't normally do that. Just felt like doing it today. All right. If you chose this. Sometimes I feel like I'm all alone in the world, and I'll never see or hear another human being for the rest of my life. Sometimes I feel as though there is darkness in my soul, and never again will I see the light of day. But, then she says sweet. Sweet isn't dude. Sweet isn't cool. Ooh, and then it's kind of clarified by the Hierophant. Wow, the Hierophant says the same thing, doesn't he? You have 7 of Wands, which says valor. You have Ace of Pentacles. You have worry, 5 of Pentacles. You have the King of Cups. King of Cups. I always get thrown by these cards because the King of Cups is permeated by swords. And you have the 6 of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles reversed, sorry. I hope you can see everything. I pulled 4 cards for you, apparently. Oh, and we have little luxuries. Can you read that? Generates luxurious experiences and surroundings. So, topic of the entire reading. Who are you? What situation? What are you making your God? What are you making your master? Who are you giving authority over you? Oh, I feel like you're doing okay. I feel like you're doing okay. I feel like your master is not the pile 1 or 2. I feel like you're listening really well to your higher self, your higher guidance. Maybe you're listening, maybe this person is a priest or some type of, maybe you're religious. Or maybe you're reading. Maybe you're doing some reading on the arcane knowledge. Maybe you're learning. Who are you making your God, pile 3? Maybe you're making your God your ideals. Maybe you're putting really huge stock into what you believe. So much so that you're having to defend yourself. Or maybe there's a relative or a teacher around you. And you're listening really hard to them. Maybe they're giving you all this information, this knowledge, this wisdom. It says valor. So, I feel like you're persevering. Look at this phallic energy you have. Okay, I'm going to show you. Phallic energy. He's got his dick out. You have the Hierophant, which is the masculine representation of divine guidance or higher self. You can even call it the Godhead. Yeah, you're being really strong right now. He's got horns. He's got a wand. He's fighting these other people. They're trying to stop him. Defiant. Are you being defiant? Yeah. You're definitely fighting for what you believe in. Or are you about to? No, I feel like you've already begun. You're being your own god. Good job. You're being your own god right now. I feel like if you're definitely embodying this energy. You are taking on the title. And the divination for this is beware of titles, but honestly, I feel like it meant beware of titles in other people. I feel like in this instance, you're taking on the title, and that's okay. Maybe you're in a competition. I suddenly had some sports reference drive through my unsports head. Yeah. My brain doesn't really go there. Sorry. Woo. Maybe you're being really practical, and you're sitting in your foundation of of logical thinking, not logical, practical, pragmatism, uh, realistic. Oh, maybe this is a really big cause for you. Something more important than just your average everyday thing. Yeah. So, what are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? Maybe you're really, really fighting for a new life for yourself or for someone else. You're fighting for something new. Oh, you're fighting for something durable. But I don't think, I think someone isn't ready. If you are involved, I feel very, very strongly that this is mostly about you. But if you're involved in a interpersonal relationship or a business relationship, I feel like it's not, the other party is not ready. Sorry. I feel like maybe you're worrying a little bit too much about money. So you're doing a lot of good work. You're working really hard. And you're being really brave, but take a step back from your worry about money because you're going to hold that away from you. Because the next card is Five of Pentacles, I have no money. And I feel like you have lots of money. It's in there. Say this is a church. Say this is the Hierophant. Okay, so say it's like that. So inside the church, you have the Hierophant capable of making all this money. 5 is change. 5s are change, unwilling change sometimes in the querent. Little luxuries. You're really, really fighting for that nice life. You really want that nice abundance. I don't feel like it's just abundance. I don't feel it's like, oh, trivialities. Am I saying that word right? Trivialities. I feel like you definitely want to be happy. You want to be king. You're having a really hard time because circumstances keep kind of upsetting the boat. You know? Just throw you a little bit here and there, tossing you about. I feel like you really, really need to continue what you're doing. You need to continue what you're doing. You're making mistakes. That's okay. Maybe maybe you meant to send a letter and it didn't happen. And I feel like you feel really, really alone. Definitely, because that was the card you chose. You feel really, really alone, but you're not. Or if you are, you have you. And that's better than 1,000 people helping. Because if you have 1,000 people helping, you have to give each one of them 1,000 directions. Goodness, that's a lot of work. That's more work than you getting anything done. If you have you, and the you have is this spiritual insight, this hierophant, this priestly god person who, who knows how to do everything already and can, then you don't really need anyone else, which I think you realized. Remember? She said, sweet. Definitely. King of Cups doesn't really need anything. I know he feels rather persecuted. You can tell. He's got some... Dude, he's stabbing himself in the leg. Is he stabbing himself in the head? He's at least stabbing himself in the leg. Maybe all these problems that you're going through, these little tiny upsets, they're caused by you. What the hell? Why are you stabbing yourself in the leg? Don't do that. Why are tens being so depressive today? 10 of Pentacles. You're almost there. But it's going to take some time. It might take a long time to get what you want. You're planning for the future. You're focusing on the outcome. You're just plodding right through it. But there is definitely some things upsetting the apple cart. Luxury will be a long time coming. Oof. Is everything so depressive today? I feel like you're going to get there. Eventually. Years from now. Couple years would be quick. Maybe you really need some help. Maybe you're putting too much on your own shoulders. Maybe maybe it says beware of false titles, right? Maybe you making yourself the only person in this, the Lord, the Master, the God. Maybe you relying only solely on yourself is not the way to go. Well, there's you. You feel as even if it fails, it's your responsibility. You feel as if you have to, as if you are your own tribe. That's what I heard. You are your own tribe. You don't feel quite as secure as you want to. Maybe there's some psyche work you need to work on, like deep diving. Maybe it's making you feel insecure because you have some stuff under the surface you need to attend to. Maybe you are I feel like you're involved with a home thing. No, not home. Familial. The word isn't coming to me. Somewhere around there. Relationship thing. It's minor. It's not this whole of the situation, but it's also affecting you. Like, it's coloring your mood a little bit. Oh my goodness, you feel as if you don't have any answers. Wow, you don't know what to do. You don't know how to even ask for help, not even from something like a spirit guide. You don't even know how to pray. If you pray, you don't know how to talk to a spirit and ask for help. Oh goodness. Well, you do know how to harness some death energy. Talk to Santa Muerte. Okay? I don't know. Goodness. Wait. Okay. Yeah, a lot of stuff under the surface of you. You're not being... Oh, goodness. Okay. So, wow, this one hasn't come out in a while. Okay, so you are feeling a little smothered. But it's also nice. And it's distracting and it's a little slightly alarming, but it's also helping. It's also helping in your money situation, in your manifestations, communication wise. It's a little, it's helping. Like it's kind of like it's a situation that's both good and bad, or has both good and bad elements. Which book is this? Okay. So yeah, you definitely know how to deal with the universe. I feel like you're way more grounded in your spiritual mindset than anything else. Very good job. The moon is here. Tarot card, the moon. You want to see? you're I feel like you have like like a boat or a ship, like a naval ship. Um, like you have guns on board, but they're put away. So the ability to defend yourself if you needed to, but you don't really feel you need to. They're just there in case, just in case. In case you need to defend your right for abundance. Although you're really, really sure that you know how to create. You're really, really confident you can create. You can create. Hold on. What can you create? You are amazing. You're really confident in yourself, aren't you? Wow, you're so confident in yourself. You know you can create things. You know you can create a healthy life for you. You have all this knowledge. I think you feel like you're just feeling really discouraged right now. But you have all this stuff going for you. So the whole reading was really, really kind of depressive, but you are got a lot going on for you. You're not dead yet. You're not dead yet, nor is the situation you're in. There you are, right there. I feel like you're not shining yet. There's you. And you're not shining yet. You are really buried in there. Buried underneath the skull. But the skull's reversed. Sorry, skull. My goodness, he can't focus. He's really gorgeous. You can't, I feel like there's something mysterious on a spiritual plane going on with you. Wow, there's something you can't see. And I think someone, either you think someone is untrue or they're hiding their untrueness. So their claws are sheathed, they're not going to attack. Or you think you distrust them, you think they're untrustworthy, and they might be in some situations, they might have that capability, just like you have the capability of unloading those guns, right? But they're not. Not right now. Healing, there's you. Oh, we have a key. I could go with something really trite and say you're trying to unlock yourself, but I feel like this is more key to the castle that was buried really deep, or Hecate is associated with keys. You have a lot of death energy in this one. You seem like a really interesting person. Just saying. Your reading's way different than the other people. The other two piles. You seem very, very self-contained. Like, you see everything came out in one big plop. The other readings usually focused on this person. You focused on you. You focus on you. You're happy like that. And you know how to let go when something doesn't serve you. You know how to just shut that shit down. Say goodbye. Saying goodbye to someone. Oh, there's some wisdom. You have some wisdom helping you in this situation. It's a little smothering. It's good, but it's smothering. But you have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of healing. You can see how great it is. You're not just totally... you don't sit there and only be negative or only be positive. You know how to balance everything. You're very good at balancing. Good job. Okay, we're just going to dig around in here. Sorry. If it hurts, just tough it out. So I said you couldn't see everything. Or anything. No, that's not everything. Just like stuff you can't see. We're going to go dig that out. Oh, you're committed. What are you committed to? What are you committed to? Let's see what comes up. You're committed to your roots, to extending roots into the earth, to that foundation you want to build. You're committed to having someone, but also mostly having yourself. Almost primarily, you're going to have yourself. You're going to be happy about that. So you're really committed to yourself. You're committed to you're committed to your darkness. A little bit of your light, but most of your darkness. You're committed to that key. You're committed to that vision. Oh, you're committed to getting out of some negativity. You're committed to being observant. And letting go of illusion. So waking up to what's really there, reality. Nice. Don't forget you have the ability to defend yourself if you really need to. Oh, you have the friend one. So you have the ability to make friends. You have friends, or you have. It's just when people. I feel like with you, people are kind of on the periphery. Like there's you, and then little tiny, really far out. There's everything else. So if you're in love, if you're in a relationship, it's going to be really, really far away from your focus. Or maybe not just focus in your mind, but focus in your heart, like slightly distant, and you care. You care. Okay, ignore the swords for a second. You care. You're just really, really focused on this situation. Maybe it's kind of dominating your energy right now, dominating your life right now. But you're really, really focused on you and how amazing you are. And kind of how negative things are sometimes and how positive things are sometimes, and really balanced. You put people in their place, which is with themselves. You don't try to be their God. Even if they try to make you, you're like, fuck that shit. You don't try to make other people your God. You don't try to make relationships your everything. Oh. You understand. You know. I don't know why I understood. It's just I heard the word flavor. Flavors of ice cream? I don't know what that pertains to. Maybe you understand that life has lots of different flavors, and you can sample them, but you don't need to take them as yourself. I don't know, I heard flavor. Life has flavor. Very much about healing. We got an amethyst. We have an amethyst. We have a druzy geode agate. We have black tourmaline. We have topaz. Not topaz. Sorry. Why is it slipping my mind? Not topaz. It's the one you find in Native American jewelry all the time. I cannot remember. And you have a lot of onyx. Onyx. This is onyx. I know I never totally upset this, but I keep seeing more things. That key is going to be important one day. I'm going to tell you right now. That key is going to be very important. Whether it's like a key of knowledge or reference to Hecate, or it's a key to the castle. I feel like really strongly it's mostly key to that castle. That castle, you're going to get that one day. You want that castle, you're going to get it. You have a Mercury dime. He doesn't come up very often. Mercury dime. Let's see if we can see it better. You got those wings. Mercury is all about money. Communication a little bit. He flies around. He's also Hermes, by the way. If you're a Gemini. I don't like to bring zodiac signs into this. People have a lot of zodiac signs. You can find any association with them. Or none. I love the Mercury die. Okay. You have the ability to create abundance. You're going in the direction. You have the ability to not inhale like poison, negativity, that sort of thing. All right, pile 3. We're done. All right. This is a very long reading, and I'm glad you stuck it out with me, if you did. Do with that information what you will. And it was really, really lovely to have you.